been a minute. It's been a fat minute. Yes, it has been. I can't say I have a reason as to why I haven't done a video in a while. I just been lazy. My bad. But hey, I'm making another one. So, woo, you know what I mean. So, as you know, 2019 coming up. New year, same you. Oh, let's make changes, right? Bam, right there. Let's start with the first one that I want to talk about. The only one I'm talking about today, actually. Forgiveness. So forgiveness is really like a big issue that I've noticed in like our generation. Like we just refuse to let go of one another's past, or we just refuse to forgive other people, and that's not healthy. Like it's really not. Like I'm not saying you condone the action that has been done, or say like forget about it in this sense, like being apathetic, like not caring that they did that. Like if you were in a relationship, somebody cheated on you, I'm not expecting you to be like, oh well, they just cheated on me, that's all. I'm saying you could forgive them, move on from it, and then you will grow as a person. Because if you can imagine unforgiveness kind of like a chain, right? Not ice, but like physical, you know, like around the leg chain kind of stuff. You're not going to go very far because that chain is hindering you from going forward, and you won't be able to move fast until you know let it go. And I know it's very difficult to forgive people, especially through certain circumstances and certain things that have been done. I'm not saying it's an easy process, but it's definitely a helpful one. Like, look at Jesus. You already know I'm about to bring him up. Jesus, like, shoot, he gave us all a second chance because you know you goofing up, I know I'm goofing up, we all goofing up, everybody goofing up. Ain't nobody perfect. I don't care what your mama said. Ain't nobody perfect. We all having mistakes, but that doesn't mean we can't grow. And it does not mean that those mistakes in the past can hinder our future and who we can become. So that's a good example. Like for Jesus, there's one story in the Bible, in the book of John. Basically, the religious people, the Pharisees, they caught a woman in the act of adultery, you know, unmerited sex, you know, that business. And they brought her to Jesus, and they're like, look, it says in the Old Testament we should stone her. What do you say we do? Man straight up ignored them, went on the ground, did a little, like, he essentially drew on the ground. And then he was like, okay, you're right. She did do this. So the first person who could throw the stone has to be the one who hasn't sinned. They all left. And then once he went back to the ground, and then once he saw that they all left, looked at the woman, anybody condemn you? She was like, no, Lord, nobody condemned me. And then he was like, then neither do I. Go and sin no more. And he let her go. And he just forgave her like that. So, if Jesus could do it, especially in those times, in those predicaments that he was in, we could do it too. For smaller things, you know, like a lie, ego. Like it doesn't always seem like everybody deserves forgiveness, especially for like how bad of a thing they did, you know, like on a scale, like from like a lie to like a murder. Clearly like two completely different things, but despite, you know, everything, everybody does deserve forgiveness. Because if Jesus gave everybody forgiveness, no matter what they were going to do and what they've done, then we should be able to give forgiveness to one another for smaller things or things that are maybe not small but still need to be forgiven. Because I've realized in my own life that unforgiveness really is a hindrance, because it ties things together. Like, for instance, just going back to the boyfriend example, like, if your boyfriend cheated on you with another girl, then a lot of things will, like, click. Like, maybe something that he liked that you see. Like, say he loved, I don't know, McDonald's. Every time you see McDonald's, because maybe y'all went on a bunch of dates together, you'll think of him, and then it'll just harden your heart, you know. So, saying, we need to learn and move in forgiveness, because then that'll set us free. Once we learn that, you say it, you know, like, I forgive him. It was wrong what he did. I've learned. And I'm not going to let it happen again. And then boom, you'll see the character growth in yourself because you're not allowing your past to get to you now. That past hindrance will prohibit your future freedom. Oh! Yo, that was fire! And we also have to realize that the past person of who someone is not that person now. There are a lot of people out there that, you know, make mistakes. In their past, they were in the wrong, they did the wrong thing, but, you know, after growth and a lot of thinking and character change or whatever, they've become a whole new person. And their mindset and who they were is not who they are at the moment. But a lot of us like to point out their flaws and like to say, oh, he did this years ago, or she used to do that. And we're like, okay, yeah, they did used to do that, but now they're not. Look how they're changed. Like, look how loving they are. Look how much they care for other people. Look how they're pouring out their heart to serve others. We can't always go off of somebody's past. Like if we went by our own standards, like of forgiveness, we'd all be hit. Because a lot of us like to be bitter, and a lot of us like to hold grudges and to never forget things, and that's not good. But with God, God said, you know what? I know what you've done. I know what you're going to do, and I know what you're doing. But that doesn't matter to me because I still love you. I want to give you another chance at making yourself better. I want to give you another chance at redeeming yourself. So we should have that same mindset. We're like, okay, this person did me wrong. That person did wrong. That person used to do some nasty things. But I'm gonna let him have it. I'm gonna forgive him. I'm gonna forgive him. And then that forgiveness could change something. You have no idea what difference that could make. They could really grow from that. Like, you could be the difference in somebody's life because you chose to forgive them and to love them despite their actions and despite their past. It's also important to realize that holding on to unforgiveness does more damage to you than it does to the other person. Like, that's just something to think about because you're carrying in all that, anger. And even though what they did was wrong, they're probably still living their life. But you're the one who's being held back and restricted because you aren't moving past it. And I'm not saying everything is easy to move past. I'm not belittling situations. That's not at all what I'm saying. Because some things are very hard and take a lot of time. Take all the time you need. But my point is, it's going to be harder on you than it is for them if you don't learn to forgive them. Also, I'm just stating that forgiveness is not only like a biblical concept. Like, there's literally like science to back this up. If you're not all into the whole Bible scene and everything, even though that's what I'm here for, to try to get the true love and the true message of Jesus to y'all. Because clearly I'm saying this from a Christian standpoint and from my life experience. But there's also like science to back up how healthy forgiveness can be for you. Coming into 2019 with a new mindset, it's like, I forgive all those people for what they did and how they did me wrong. And I'm going to jump in this new year, fresh mindset, different mentality. And I'm going to take on this year differently compared to what I did last year. Because learning to forgive is definitely going to help you go further in life. Put your past behind you so you can get that future freedom, you know what I mean? So, hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all for watching. That's all I got. Goodbye.